Hegseth and Trump are under a little bit of pressure after reporting revealed that they were not only illegally blowing up ships anywhere they find them and just calling them terrorists or whatever, but then going in a second time to murder the survivors. And so some Republicans seem a little bit squeamish about this. Not necessarily, not all of them. Let's take a look at a few. This is Republican Representative Mike Turner.
Both the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, and ranking members have opened investigations. Obviously, if that occurred, that would be very serious, and I agree that would be an illegal act. That is not the legal opinion or the information or the legal justification. The acts that have been described to Congress that are being undertaken in this, there are very serious concerns in Congress about the attacks on the so-called drug boats down in the Caribbean and the Pacific, and the legal justification that's been provided. But this is completely outside of anything that has been discussed with Congress, and there is an ongoing investigation.
Huzzah! Okay, well that's something. Look, that's better than nothing. He could have just gone on TV and be like, I don't know, Trump said it's fine, so I guess it's fine. And now, evidently, there are some GOP senators that are going to be working with Democrats to investigate these allegations. GOP Senator Roger Wicker is the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Democratic Senator Jack Reed are going to be doing this investigation. They put out a joint statement. Okay, that's good. Remember, by the way, Pete Hegseth barely made it through the vote. It's not like it was an easy thing. He's a ridiculous clown of a person to put in this position. So who's surprised that this guy would, I don't know, add reporters to a signal chat and then just like tromp around the Pentagon and be like, just kill him, whatever. He's not a serious person. He could be violating these laws. He wouldn't even know anything about it because he's not actually qualified. He hasn't lived in this world. It's not his base of knowledge. But of course, ignorance of the law is no defense against the charges. So we'll see how that goes for him. But let's go to another senator. This is a Senator Markwayne Mullin.
If they do find that the defense secretary gave an order to eliminate people who are already injured on a boat, which a lot of legal experts say is illegal. Mark Kelly was just here and he said it's potentially a war crime. Should Pete Hegseth face consequences?
Listen, you're once again making assumptions that's not even kind of accurate, I don't believe. All we're doing is talking about an assumption. This hasn't been proven, it hasn't been said it was actually true. And as far as Mark Kelly, what he says, Mark Kelly is saying the most ridiculous things I've ever heard right now. He's encouraging men and women in uniform to question the orders of superior officers. He just got in saying that the president was racist because he doesn't like brown people. Yet I sit in front of you as a Cherokee Indian, and I'm very close friends with the president.
No, I don't even want to. I don't want. No, you're not going to get me that way, Markwayne Mullin. That's not what this is about. I want to engage with that, but I'm not going to. Okay, so what's his response? Hey, you're just making assumptions. No, she's not. She's proposing a hypothetical. The hypothetical has assumptions based into it, but we're not saying we believe those assumptions. We're saying if it turns out that was true. So Markwayne Mullin, as we've become so used to with him, is such a tiny little precious baby boy that he doesn't have the bravery, the cojones to engage with a hypothetical. If you were to say, if it turns out that's true, he should face consequences, that's not you saying you believe that it's true. But he doesn't have the balls to actually admit it. And then, by the way, okay, so the conversation is, there's allegations from multiple sources that an illegal order to murder defenseless people was given. And he says, that's assumptions, let's set that aside. By the way, this Mark Kelly, he's saying these ridiculous things about how illegal orders are gonna be given. That's what we're talking about. You guys were freaking out a week ago being like, how could you possibly assert that an illegal order would be given? We're in the middle of a scandal about exactly that right now. We don't look crazy, you guys look crazy. Jayar, what do you think?
It's pretty obvious. Markwayne Mullin's the same guy. I just want to remind people every time. He's the same guy who was cowering in the Capitol on January 6th when all of Donald Trump's MAGA people were running up there ready to kill anybody that they felt was against Donald Trump and his march towards the monarchy. So let's get out of the way first of all. Markwayne Mullin is a coward. So in keeping with that same theme of who he is as a coward, he's gonna go on TV to kiss Donald Trump's ass and act like what is that we saw is what we are seeing. By the way, just to make specifically what he said, he goes, well, Dana, you're over here talking about making assumptions about things that aren't even accurate, I don't think. How is it that you don't think things are not accurate and that's somehow the measure that we're gonna base something on being accurate? He said that aren't accurate. That's a statement of accuracy that I don't think. Well, that's now your opinion, bro. You're cowardly, sorry ass opinion. So he goes on to talk about how he's trying to cover this whole thing. This is the way they speak. It's the reality that we're seeing is not the reality, I don't think. Well, you have a horrible track record. You're a liar. You follow behind another liar. And the main reason how about this? I think it is accurate, Markwayne. You know why I think it's accurate? Because Donald Trump celebrated killing fishermen. Because Pete Hegseth said we're gonna keep killing random people. Because every time everyone's looked for some kind of evidence behind this stuff, you guys have said we don't have to do this, we just murder people. I'm basing it off the fact that you guys said you're killing people, and now that this report says that you're killing people that don't deserve this kind of extrajudicial murders, I think we can believe that you're killing people because you keep saying that you're killing people. Why are we having this discussion? This is so weird to me. Why do we keep having a debate of what is that they already admitted to, that they've celebrated, that they've said is wonderful, like with no evidence behind it? Why are we acting like it? The next step now, we should be debating and arguing whether or not you get to be the fascist in the White House who openly murder people with no war declared, with nothing else talking about why you're doing what you're doing, except for your promise that we promise all the things that don't make sense actually make sense. That's the basis for their argument. When are people gonna start getting arrested? Why are we discussing things with criminals? It's time to start arresting them.
Yeah, 100%. Super fast. Can we put up Pete Hegseth's tweet just for a second, just to prove Jayar's point? Just for a sec. His long ass. No, sorry, not that. That was funny, but no. The graphic 4. If you were to zoom in and you were to read this, he says the report that they finished off the survivors is fake news. The entire rest of that message, nowhere does he say we didn't finish off the survivors. Nowhere does he say we wouldn't finish off the survivors. It's like, your fake news, you can come back to me, sorry. Your fake news, we're highly lethal. Oh, I'm gonna kill him good. Biden cuddled him, I kill him. How dare you say that I did that? I'll kill them. You didn't say that you didn't. You called it fake news. That doesn't even mean anything when a right winger says it. He doesn't deny the specifics there. And they're responding to specific reporting. If they don't deny it, I'm going to accept that as an admission that it's true. Their defense is, you're not gonna do anything about it. Let's be real, that is the only defense offered here. Trump says it's cool, I say it's cool, we can do whatever we want. And that's their approach from everything to building permits for the East Wing to murdering people in the Caribbean. It's I dare you to imagine, let alone act as if you live in a world that is governed by laws of the Constitution. I still want to live in that world. The question is, do enough people with actual influence and authority actually, are they gonna live like we live in that world?